welcome to my channel. My name is Valerio and today we're going to review the latest metal build dragon scale from Bandai. This is the Bellvine from the anime Aura Battler Dunbine, and if you never heard about it, just check it out. It is quite popular into the Super Robot Wars games community, but on its own is a pretty cool anime. Now, of this particular version of this robot, I think it does exist the Meta robot. There is also a pretty famous resin kit from Wave, which is extremely expensive and which I almost bought. Luckily, they announced that this kit they were looking in front of you. So I stopped myself and now we can take it a look at it together. Now, the price of this one, I think on release is something like 40,000 yen. I might be wrong, I might be right. And if you never touch any product from the Metal Build Dragon scale line, I can tell you these are die-cast robot where the die-cast is inside the frame. They are incredibly well painted and they are very, very movable. This is the super high end from Bandai when not speaking about Gundam. So inside the box, first we're going to look at accessories. There is the manual. Please follow everything inside of it. Otherwise, you might cause breakage. Now we have a display stand, and the cool things about this display stand is that they have the name of the robot on their side. Same for the getter, same for the Turbine. Now we have a special effect for the gun sword. There are a few hands. The hands are nice. Unfortunately, they are unpainted. This is not too much of a problem because they are hidden. But in the previous release, they were painted. Now, there are a ton of options for hands. I will not stay and show everything because otherwise we're going to go until tomorrow. Now, this plugged inside, what is that gun sword, if I'm not wrong, but I will not use it because I'm not a super fan of this particular special effect because it's super heavy. And then you need to use these particular arms to keep it. Otherwise, you're going to make flop the joints. Now there is the sword. The sword is masterfully done, very precise, pretty cool. The color are nice. It is very light, so this is not going to impact the joint of your robot. And now we have the rifle, the gun rifle, the one where you attack the special effect. Pretty cool, well detailed. I'm sorry, I think a bit because of the color, sometimes the camera is not able to focus perfectly. However, anyway, there are a lot of cool accessories inside of it. Now we're going to look at the bug robot, or the Bellvine. So this is 8 inches and a half, I want to say, so 21 centimeters. There is a good way of it. I think easily goes around 1 pound, plus or minus. You can feel it's very stable. You can feel the inner frame inside of it. It gives a nice sturdiness to it. It is incredibly well painted. So everything is painted very, very well, with a few exceptions, which is okay. I mean, nothing to be angry about it. Still, on the Turbine, everything was painted. Now, it is more stable, and it fixed some of the issue with the Turbine. First thing, the wings are not anymore composite, like in the other one. There was a very silly decision aesthetic-wise. These are one place, and they're cool. And this is extremely detailed, way more detailed than we saw it into the anime. Now they have this opening of the wings, which is like a nice gimmick, and there is some nice detail inside of it. Unfortunately, I forget to show it later into the video, but now we're gonna look at articulation. The figure moves, so I recommend you do, when you move the figure the first time, you will do it with the manual in front of you. The head goes up and down, left and right. Not too much movement out of it, but because there are some muscles simulated inside of it, so you don't want to move it too much. Anyway, it's a double ball peg. No, actually, I think it's a platform and a ball peg. So there is a butterfly joint, and you see the piece of armor that don't move. The arms easily reach, goes over shoulder level. Now, double joint for the elbow. So this is a bit hard to activate as you need to get onto the right angle. Not impossible, just takes a bit, and the joints are very, very hard. So use two hands. Oh, sorry, there is also this joint over the base of the wrist that allow to move the spikes over them. So you see, okay, now I know I found the right angle, and now we can bend it completely, and now you see it's a full closure. which on this high-end figure, it is kind of important that they do have all of their joints. Now, if you want to do the split, you need to open the skirt. And now you will see that there is a part that extracts from the pelvis area, you see? So that you don't have a hole. Now, when you close over the leg, I mean, first look at all the tail, that's pretty crazy. You see? There is the kneecap that moves as smooth up and down. Now, this is not the only movable part on the legs. Sorry, let me put it back together. Oh, sorry, yes, I forgot. Yes, the waist can move a bit and there is a bit of a crunch. Nothing to cry around, but it's a bit hard to have this kind of robot move. Now the giant fingers below, they can move, but look at it. If you move down the thumb, sorry, you see the calves move up and down when you move the behind finger. I'm sure it has a technical name, however, can't remember it. Very, very cool. Overall, I'm pretty pleased with with how it moves. Like everything moves well. Joints are very hard. I do personally prefer ratchet joints, but this is also not too heavy a figure, so you can go. And sorry, I forgot to show articulation of the wings, but they can move quite a bit. Oh, sorry, I forgot also as well. There is a nice gimmick where you can see the cockpit. So you open left and right, and then you raise it up, and you can sit. And if I'm not wrong, if you have a black light, you can see this stuff kind of half glowing in the dark, which is very, very cool. Sorry. And now let's go with a tiny bit of comparison. So I forgot to show exactly. Sorry, I did put me that. I should have cut this bit. I should cut this bit now. Anyway, tiny Lego dude. Very, very tiny. Very Lego dude. Very stiff. From Minecraft. Now we have the Mazin Emperor G, which as you can see is a bit bigger, even if it's not a giant model. It's still like, it gives half an inch to him. Now the Dagenguard. So this is a very different approach to high-end figure. I prefer the Dagenguard because I prefer ratchet joints, but overall they're two fantastic products and you cannot go wrong with either. The Turbine, why the Turbine looks smaller? I think the frame is the same, weight is very similar. They did fix some stuff with the Bellvine, which made me happy. First, the wings, that looks pretty silly. But the color on the Turbine, I think, is still the best one that Bandai was able to do it. I do like how the Bellvine is painted, but the Turbine is like, whew. I'm looking forward to see that color again. And now let's go on conclusion. Now, pro and cons. I don't like ball peg when you have to swap hands. I think is an old solution, and there are better ones. There are a few tiny bits onto the robot that I didn't show, but they're a bit annoying to move and remove around. And I'm really trying to find something because this is a fantastic figure. So let's say the joint on the elbow are not painted. The end. As I was saying, this is perfect. It is amazingly painted. Material are pretty nice. It is very sturdy. There are a lot of accessories. The figure is very stable. The sculpt is incredible. And I mean, overall, an amazing product from Bandai. This is really the top of the line for whatever, not Gundam. So, onto their side, I do think like some other companies once in a while might do a product on the same level, but it's once in a while. And this mainly, it all depends how important it is for you to have a giant dimensionate robot. Please don't write me in the comments, CCS does it better. CCS has been using the same frame for 4 years at this point. So for me, it doesn't go into the discussion. So, let's go back to this figure. It is highly recommended, especially if you are a fan of Aura Battler Dunbine, if you are a fan of this character from any of the Super Robot Wars game where it appears, if you like insect-like bots, if you like very posable action figures, if you like cool stuff. This is highly, highly recommended. So, incredible cool. I don't think you need to have both the Turbine and him. I think is a nice figure on its stand, and it takes a bit of space, especially with the wings open and a more dynamic pose than the one that I'm showing you. But highly recommended overall. So this is one of the latest diecast review we're gonna do on the channel, and it's gonna move completely to model kit in the future. So, well, that's all from me. Bye, guys.